Los Angeles, City of Angels, a beacon of dreams, but also a breeding ground for shadows. One such place is the Cecil Hotel, a towering structure in the heart of downtown. For decades it stood as a silent sentinel, its imposing facade masking a sinister history. Suicides, overdoses, and mysterious disappearances, the Cecil bore witness to them all. The disappearance of Elisa Lam, a young Canadian tourist, would send shockwaves through the city and beyond, casting a long shadow over the Cecil's already tarnished image. The Cecil Hotel, with its grand facade and promises of affordable lodging, seemed an unlikely setting for such a harrowing tale. Built in the 1920s, the hotel had witnessed decades of decline, its once elegant interiors fading into a state of disrepair. What began as a symbol of ambition and progress gradually transformed into a haven for transients, drifters, and those living on the fringes of society. The hotel's low rates attracted a transient clientele, individuals passing through the city with stories to tell and secrets to keep. It became a magnet for crime, its corridors echoing with the sounds of domestic disputes, drug deals, and the desperate cries of those who had lost their way. The hotel's grim history unfolded like chapters in a macabre novel, each incident more unsettling than the last. As if drawn to the shadows that clung to the Cecil, whispers of the supernatural began to circulate. Guests reported strange occurrences, unexplained noises, and fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures. The line between reality and folklore blurred as rumours of hauntings took root. Paranormal investigators flocked to the hotel, eager to document evidence of the otherworldly. The Cecil became a playground for ghost hunters, a place where the thrill of the unknown mingled with the chilling possibility that some legends were in fact rooted in truth. In the winter of 2013, a young woman named Elisa Lam embarked on a journey. She chose Los Angeles as her destination, a city that shimmered with promise and possibility. With a heart full of anticipation, Elisa packed her bags, her mind brimming with images of sun-drenched beaches and bustling streets. Little did she know that her journey would take her down a far different path, one shrouded in darkness and mystery. Elisa's travels led her to the doorstep of the Cecil Hotel, an imposing structure that stood in stark contrast to the city's glitz and glamour. Upon arriving at the Cecil, Elisa couldn't have known the weight of its history, the darkness that had seeped into its very foundation. The hotel's reputation preceded it, a chilling chronicle of suicides, overdoses, and unexplained disappearances. But Elisa, young and full of life, likely dismissed the whispers of unease as mere superstition, choosing instead to focus on the excitement of her adventure. She checked into her room, a small, sparsely furnished space that offered little in the way of comfort, but provided a temporary haven from the bustling city outside. Unbeknownst to Elisa, she'd stepped into a stage set for a tragedy that would soon capture the world's attention. In the days following her arrival, Elisa explored the city, her blog filled with observations and snapshots of her adventures. But beneath the surface, a subtle shift began to creep into her writing. Hints of unease, fleeting moments of paranoia began to surface. She mentioned feeling uneasy, as if someone were watching her, following her every move. These subtle shifts in Elisa's demeanour take on a chilling significance, serving as unsettling premonitions of the darkness that was closing in. The days ticked by, and Elisa's family grew increasingly concerned. Her once frequent calls and messages ceased, replaced by an unsettling silence. Concern morphed into fear as they realized the gravity of the situation. Elisa was missing. Frantic, they contacted the Los Angeles Police Department, their voices trembling with a mixture of hope and dread. The police launched an investigation, their initial inquiries focusing on the Cecil Hotel, the last known location of the missing student. Detectives canvassed the hotel's staff and guests, their questions met with shrugs and evasive answers. Days turned into nights, and still there was no sign of Elisa. As the investigation into Elisa's disappearance intensified, a chilling piece of evidence surfaced: a surveillance video from one of the Cecil Hotel's elevators. The grainy footage, captured on the night of Elisa's disappearance, showed the young woman acting erratically inside the elevator. She pressed multiple buttons, her movements jerky and disjointed, her eyes darting around the confined space as if searching for something or someone. At times she stepped out into the hallway, her body language hesitant, almost as if she were engaged in a silent conversation with an unseen presence. The footage, both eerie and heartbreaking, only deepened the mystery surrounding Elisa's disappearance. Adding another layer of complexity to the case were Elisa's online activities in the days leading up to her disappearance. Her blog, once filled with vibrant accounts of her travels, took on a darker tone, her words hinting at growing paranoia and a sense of being watched. Her posts, often cryptic and disjointed, read like entries from a diary spiraling into madness. Her online activity painted a picture of a young woman teetering on the edge, her grip on reality seemingly slipping away. Days turned into weeks, and the search for Elisa Lam seemed to hit a dead end. Then, on February 19th, 2013, a chilling discovery shattered the silence. Guests at the Cecil Hotel had been complaining about problems with the water supply. Maintenance workers were dispatched to investigate the source of the problem. Guided by the complaints, the maintenance workers made their way to the hotel's rooftop. There, amidst the ventilation ducts and satellite dishes, stood 4 large water tanks. As they approached the last tank, a faint but unmistakable odour hung in the air, a putrid stench that sent shivers down their spines. With a mixture of trepidation and grim determination, the workers pried open the heavy lid of the last water tank. Floating face down in the murky water was the body of a young woman. The missing student, Elisa Lam, had been found, her lifeless body entombed in a rooftop water tank. The discovery sent shockwaves through the Cecil Hotel, its already tarnished reputation now forever stained by tragedy. How had Elisa's body ended up in the water tank? It was a question that plagued investigators, its answer elusive, hidden beneath layers of speculation and uncertainty. The water tank, situated on a secured rooftop, was difficult to access. Its lid, heavy and cumbersome, would have required considerable strength to open and close. The possibility of Elisa, alone and unnoticed, gaining access to the tank and ending up inside seemed improbable at best. There were no signs of forced entry, no obvious indications of foul play. The circumstances surrounding Elisa's death defied easy explanation, leaving questions that lingered, echoing through the hallways of the Cecil Hotel. The discovery of Elisa Lam's body in the Cecil Hotel's water tank sent ripples of shock and disbelief around the world. The circumstances of her death, shrouded in mystery, ignited a firestorm of speculation, each new theory adding another layer to the already perplexing case. Internet forums buzzed with activity, amateur sleuths and armchair detectives dissecting every detail, every image, every word uttered about Elisa and the events leading up to her tragic demise. Theories, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish, took root and spread like wildfire, fueled by the insatiable hunger for answers in a case that seemed to defy explanation. Some clung to the belief that Elisa's death was a tragic accident, a series of unfortunate events culminating in an unimaginable demise. They pointed to the possibility of a mental breakdown, her erratic behavior in the elevator footage a haunting testament to a mind untethered from reality. Could she have, in a moment of confusion or delusion, wandered onto the rooftop, climbed into the water tank and met her end? It seemed plausible, but the logistics of such a scenario, The physical challenges of accessing the tank and the lack of a clear motive left many unconvinced. Section 2. Whispers of foul play. Others, their suspicions fueled by the Cecil's sinister reputation, whispered of foul play. The hotel's history, riddled with tales of violence, suicide and unexplained deaths, cast a long shadow over the investigation. Could Elisa have been the victim of a predator? Her life tragically cut short by a random act of violence? The possibility, however remote, couldn't be ignored. The hotel's transient population, its labyrinthine corridors, and its lax security measures created an environment where such an act could occur with chilling ease. Theories about potential suspects abounded, ranging from fellow hotel guests to disgruntled employees to shadowy figures lurking in the city's underbelly. Each new piece of information, each new rumor was scrutinized, analyzed and dissected, but the truth, elusive and shrouded in uncertainty, remained just out of reach. The investigation, hampered by dead ends and conflicting accounts, seemed to circle back on itself, each revolution fueling the flames of speculation but providing no definitive answers. Section 3. The Cecil's Dark Embrace. And then there were those who believed that the Cecil Hotel itself played a role in Elisa's demise. They pointed to the hotel's long and troubled history, its reputation as a magnet for the troubled and the lost, its very walls seemingly imbued with a palpable sense of unease. The Cecil, they argued, was more than just a building. It was an entity unto itself, a vortex of negative energy that drew in those teetering on the edge and amplified their despair. Of Elisa's demise and the Cecil's undeniable aura of tragedy and despair. Was Elisa's death a tragic accident, a senseless act of violence, or the result of something more sinister, something that defied rational explanation? The Cecil Hotel, a towering monolith in downtown Los Angeles, cast a long shadow. Built in the 1920s, it was a grand destination for businessmen and socialites. But over the decades, its fortunes waned, its facade dulled by neglect. The Cecil's decline mirrored the surrounding neighborhood, becoming a haven for transients. Suicides and overdoses became commonplace, marking its descent into darkness. The hotel, once a symbol of aspiration, had become a macabre reflection of the city's underbelly. The Cecil's grim reputation spread, whispered in hushed tones by locals who knew better than to venture too close. It became known as a place to avoid, a haven for the desperate and the disturbed. The hotel, with its labyrinthine corridors and dimly lit hallways, seemed to attract those teetering on the edge. It exuded a palpable sense of despair, drawing in the lost and the broken. The staff, hardened by years of witnessing the underbelly of humanity, grew accustomed to the constant churn of transient guests. The Cecil had become a microcosm of society's forgotten, where the only constant was the ever-present spectre of tragedy. Years have passed since Elisa Lam's tragic death, yet the mystery surrounding her final days continues to captivate and disturb. The Cecil Hotel, once a looming presence in downtown Los Angeles, has since been rebranded, its dark past seemingly scrubbed clean by fresh paint and a new name, but the shadows of its history linger. Etched into the fabric of the building, a constant reminder of the tragedies that unfolded within its walls. Elisa's story, a chilling blend of fact and mystery, serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the heart of a bustling metropolis, darkness can lurk in the most unexpected of places. The questions surrounding Elisa's death remain unanswered, the pieces of the puzzle scattered and incomplete. Did she succumb to the depths of her own troubled mind? Her actions in the elevator, a desperate cry for help unheard and unanswered? Or was she the victim of something more sinister, a predator lurking in the shadows, their presence masked by the Cecil's cloak of anonymity? The truth, elusive and shrouded in uncertainty, continues to torment those who seek answers, a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. The Cecil Hotel stands as a testament to the enduring power of mystery, its story a cautionary tale woven into the fabric of urban legend. It serves as a reminder that even in an age of constant surveillance, some secrets remain hidden, some truths forever out of reach. The hotel's dark legacy, amplified by Elisa's tragic demise, continues to fascinate and horrify, drawing us into a labyrinth of speculation and unanswered questions. The Cecil's echo reverberates through popular culture, its story inspiring books, documentaries, and countless online discussions. It serves as a chilling reminder that the line between reality and nightmare can be thin, easily blurred by circumstance and the weight of our own darkest fears. And as we grapple with the unsettling details of Elisa's case, we are left to confront our own mortality, our own vulnerability, in a world where even the most ordinary of places can harbour extraordinary darkness.